UDP, sir.
UDP. Okay, okay. UDP means it is also called as connectionless protocol. Okay, we have discussed about UDP and then UDP header format. All these topics we have discussed about last class. I will share the screen. Today we will discuss about TCP. Yesterday, last class we have discussed about the UDP. Today class we can able to discuss about the TCP. I will share the screen. Yeah, it's visible to all. Yeah, it's visible or not? It's visible to all. Your screen is visible to all. Yeah, Harshavardhan, Pawan Kalyan.
Yes, sir, visible, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay. Here we are going to discuss about the TCP. Here we already discussed in last class about the UDP, which is used as a connectionless protocol. In TCP, which is used as a connection-oriented protocol, which is going to connect the sender and receiver in the form of wired transmission, virtual connection between the two user. That is the sender and receiver, which is going to connect the virtual connection between the sender and receiver. This is a main process in the TCP, Transmission Control Protocol. TCP abbreviation is a Transmission Control Protocol. It's a connection-oriented protocol. It creates the virtual connection between two TCPs. Two TCPs means from sender side and then receiver side. Okay, it is a two connection between the connection can be established between the two ends, and then afterwards only the data can be transmitted between the sender and receiver. Okay, the TCP uses the flow and the error control mechanism at the transport level. Okay, and if any error control and flow controller has occurred means that can be overcome in the transport layer. At the transport layer, what is the process? The error control and then flow control can be rectified in the transport level. Okay, what are the topics going to discuss means TCP services. What are the TCP services? And then TCP features, and then frame format, that is a frame segment header format, and then TCP connection, how you are going to connect between the sender and receiver, how you are going to request based upon the request, how the sender and receiver are connecting at the time of connection, at the time of data transmission, what is the error control and then flow control mechanism are used. What these are the topics we are going to discuss in the TCP topic. Okay, next this is this already seen that well-known ports. This save some some port number will be added in the TCP instead of UDP. Some port numbers which are not used in the TCP, which are not in the used in the UDP, that can be used in the TCP. You can see here 2021 and all. We are the file transfer using data connection. We are used there is in the form of UDP process. Here we are using the data connection is used between the sender and receiver. And then FTP control means the control connection between the how the connection is established between sender and receiver. Between the based upon the connection only the data transmission can be used between sender and receiver here. And then telnet, we are not used in the UDP. The telnet is it's a software used to connect the server and the client. Based upon the telnet network only, we are you already discussed, we are studied about telnet. No, based upon Linux operating system, in the command prompt you are going to execute the commands, or you can able to type by using the telnet operating system lab. You are studied in the telnet software. Okay, same way there is a connection between the server and client only. The telnet network can be used to establish. And then DNS already we have seen, and then bootstrap protocol also we are discussed. And then here fingerprint recognition is used in the TCP. And then HTTP protocol is a which is used in the TCP, which is HTTP means what? By you, if you are going to type in the Google only, if you are based upon this protocol only, the particular website is going to retrieve from the, with the help of this protocol only, that can be retrieved from the server and then displayed to the clients. Okay, based upon the this HTTP protocol only. For each and every link we are typing means in the browser, we are typing http // www.google.com. Same way, if you are typing any Gmail means http protocol / www.gmail.com. So based upon all the website, this protocol is used to connect the between the server and the client. If you are opening the Gmail server means based upon that it can be retrieved from the server to client. We are opening a Gmail means that can be if you are typing Gmail in the browser means what happened, that will be from the server it opens a browser page. Based upon that we want to type the username and then password means based upon that server only, the particular Gmail server only, it can be the browser is opened or Gmail client is opened from the server. Okay. And then remote procedure call, where we are going to access the remote access means based upon that remote accessing purposes we are using the RPC. For that we are using the port number 111. Okay, these are the port numbers, well-known port numbers used in the TCP process. Okay, and then here stream delivery, here going to data transmitted in the form of stream process. So it is the bytes of data being transmitted in each connection are numbered by TCP. The numbering starts with the randomly generated number. Okay, here the sequence number is generated randomly based upon the process to be or frames to be transmitted from sender to receiver. So here sending process means what are the sending process, what are the data to be transmitted from sender, that will be in the form of stream bytes, that will be transmitted in the form of byte format, and then it will be transmitted to another receiver side TCP, from the receiver side TCP to receiving process. So here streaming means from the TCP to TCP with the help of a streaming of bytes will be transmitted from TCP to sender process, and then receiver process is carried out. So it will be transmitted bit by bit from sender to receiver. So in the form of it is a wired transmission. It can be connected between the client and server basis. So it can be communicated with the, for example, if in the WhatsApp somebody else chatting means based upon that if the particular receiver is in the online means based upon that we can able to identify when they have seen the WhatsApp, or if they are in online means based upon if you type any message means based upon they will see means particularly they will reply the particular message. So based upon that there is a connection. This is based upon in WhatsApp and all. This is used as a connectionless protocol. This is a client server basis means it is the connection oriented. If the server is in the server, a number of clients are connected. Which clients will be in the live state, we can able to find which clients are going to transmit the data, which are the clients are in the ideal state. So based upon the server side we can able to find what are the client side which is used as a busy state or in the live state or in the ideal state. Okay, this is the stream delivery between the sender to receiver in the form of TCP process. Okay, and then sending and receiving buffer. If it is a n number of process we are sending means based upon that it will not be sent it as a frequently. So it is stored in the buffer. So next byte to write. So from the sender side it will be transmitted the data. It is stored in the byte stored in the buffer. The byte by byte the data will be transmitted to the receiver. So from the receiver also there will be a buffer that if you are sending a big data or audio file, any video file means based upon that file can be transmitted for maximum time limit. There will be a maximum time limit to reach the destination. So it will be transmitted for byte by byte. Based upon that only it will be stored in the buffer, and then from the byte by byte it will be transmitted to receiver side process, and then from the receiver side only there will be buffering process will be next byte to receive. What are the bytes will be sending by the sender, that will be stream of bytes, it will be stored in the buffer, and then finally from the buffer to receiver process. For example, somebody else, we can say in Gmail also, if the sender side has sent the message mail, from the sender side they will tell in the sent mail I have sent the mail there from the sender side. But receiver side, if not received, means based upon the server process it is stored in the buffer. If you give refresh or any based upon the internet connection or based upon the client server connection means, if any delay means, if based upon that only the receiver will receive the message based upon the delay process, that will be stored in the buffer. If for example, if by file size is 10 MB, okay, 10 MB data only we can able to receive at say receiver side. If in the buffer only there will be a collection of data byte by byte from the sender byte to buffer to receiver buffer. So after getting all the 10 MB data only, the receiver can able to receive the particular file. So in the buffering process, based upon the processing to be carried between the sender and receiver, this buffer will be used to store the number of bytes to write. But from the sender side, what will be the process? We are sending means that will be written in the sender side buffer. Same process in the written data will be read in the receiver side. What are the data will be sent by the sender, that will be read in the receiver side. Okay, this is the diagram shows how the sending and the receiving buffers are used in the TCP protocol. Okay, next diagram. This is the same as a segment process. Okay, previously the only we have seen as a buffering, how the buffering has processed. Here segmentation means one segment from sender side to receiver side, n number of segments are there, byte packet by packet, that will be stored in the segment process. So n number of segments are there. From the buffer to segment there will be a segment process from the segment to receiver side buffer, and then receiver side buffer to receiver process. So it can be able to transmit the data from the buffer to segmentation process. There will be a n number of segments. Yeah, from each and every segment there will be a particular number of packets only can able to store. Based upon the segment size only, the particular number of packets can be stored in the segment. Based upon the segment only, header, there will be header format, header will be there. That is a header means that is a source address and then destination address. Based upon the source address, the data can be transmitted from sender to receiver. In the destination address only, based upon the destination address, the particular data will be received to the receiver. Okay, this is the diagram shows the how the TCP segments in the segment format, how the data can be transmitted from sender to receiver. Okay, here and then the following diagram shows following example. So what is here segment 1? See here segment 1 range, segment 1 number is 10,001. So 10,001 to 11,000. So around 1000 will be sequence number will be assigned in the segment 1, and then 11,001 to 12,000. This is another segment sequence number. In segment 2 another 1000. Here 11,001 to 12,000, and then segment 3 there will be a 12,001 to 13,000, and then in segment 4 13,001 to 14,000, and then segment 5 14,001 to 15,000. So based upon each and every segment, the maximum size of the segment here allocated is 1000. So 1000 bytes, 1000 sequence numbers are can able to store in a one sequence number, and then sequence number 2 can be able to store 1000 sequence number, and then segment 3 can able to store 3000, and then 4 5 all the sequence segments can be equally shared with the help of 1000 sequence number. Okay, the value in the sequence number field of the segment defines the number of the first data byte contained in the segment. Okay, here first byte means here first in the segment 1, what is the first byte number? 10,001 is the first byte data byte contained in the segment. So last byte is 11,000. So till 11,000 there will be a used in the segment 1. So 10,001 is a starting address of the segment 1, and then ending address is a 11,000 is the ending address of the segment 1. Same way for each and every segment there will be a starting address will be here segment, for example segment 5, what is the starting address? 14,001 is a starting address, and then ending address is a 15,000, 14,001 to 15,000, and the ending address is a 15,000 is a ending address for segment 5. So this is the example of how the segment is allocated with the help of sequence number. With the help of sequence number, how the data can be transmitted between the sender and receiver in the form of segments. Okay, next here TCP segment format. Here we are already seen about the UDP segment format in the UDP. No, same way here also TCP segment format. Here TCP segment format also it uses the 32-bit address. It based upon the in header format there will be a in the header format only all the data from source to destination 32-bit address can be stored. Okay, from the header format only the header only can able to transmit the data from sender to receiver. Okay, and then here header, and then from the header there will be a source address 16-bit, and then destination address is 16-bit, and then sequence number we are already seen. No, sequence number, see based upon the segment sizes sequence number is generated between sender and receiver. The sequence number it uses the 32-bit address, and then acknowledgement here using based upon the it is a TCP connection, so it is used in the acknowledgement process. It is based upon the acknowledgement only the sender and receiver can able to transmit with the acknowledgement. So acknowledgement number. So here for example we can say for sequence number I am transmitting the data from sender to receiver with the sequence number 10,001. Based upon that there will be acknowledgement for 10,001. From the receiver side they will send the acknowledgement for the particular 10,001. Based upon that the particular packets are received from the sender to receiver. Based upon the acknowledgement the sender can able to receive or able to identify the particular packets are received by the receiver. So based upon the acknowledgement for each and every packet or each and every byte there will be receiving the acknowledgement. So based upon the acknowledgement only the particular sender can able to find or able to receive the particular data is received by the receiver. Okay, and then header length is a header length means based upon the header based upon the header length only the data can be transmitted between the sender and receiver. And then reserved byte means it is used as a reserved purposes buffer, it is stored as a buffer purposes. The reserved is used as a buffer purposes. And then URG means next slide I will show you this fields, control fields. This 6 will be used as a control fields. URG means urgent field, ACK means acknowledgement, PSH means push the data can be pushed from sender to receiver, and then RST means resetting. If you are any problem occurs, means what you are doing, we are at the time of transmitting, we are refreshing, or we can closing the particular mail and then giving a new compose and then sending. No, that is a reset process. Or we by the basis of in the normal device also, if any hanging means we will reset the particular device, means that is a reset process. Synchronous, based upon the synchronous only, the bits can be transmitted between the sender and receiver. And then fin means it is used as a sequence number, or it can be transmitted with the help of a sequence number, the data from sender to receiver. And then window size, here 16 bit will be assigned as a this header length, and then reserved this control fields using as a 16 bit. And then window size is can be used as a 16 bit. And then finally here checksum, at the time of transmission any error has occurred, means with the help of checksum value that errors can be rectified. Okay. And then urgent pointer is used as a based upon it is used as a reference pointer, which can be transmitted at the time of any errors has occurred, means with the help of urgent pointer the data can be transmitted from sender to receiver without any delay. So urgent, with the help of urgent pointer only, we can able to, based upon the priority process, the particular data can be received from sender to receiver. Okay. And then last one is options and padding. It is a optional field. It's a options and padding. The value of the acknowledgement field in a segment defines the number of next byte a party expects to receive. The acknowledgement is cumulative. Okay. Here, based upon there will be a acknowledgement. For example, we are using the segment 1, that is ranges from 10,001 to 11,000. Based upon the acknowledgement number, we can able to find how many numbers of bytes can able to receive till segment 1 can able to complete. So based upon that, we can, the receiver can able to assign or able to define this number of sequence number, these number of segments are going to receive from the sender to receiver. So based upon that, there will be a waiting process from the receiver side. Okay. After completion of all the packets receiving data from the sender to receiver only, the receiver will acknowledge for the particular message. Okay. This is a TCP segment format. If you have any doubt in this, this is the important question. TCP, UDP and all important questions. Okay. This is a, if you are, they ask TCP means you want to, based upon the how the streaming process is executed, how the segmentation process, this is the header format you want to explain, and each and every field of the header format. What is the source address? What is the destination address? And then what do you mean by sequence number? What do you mean by acknowledgement number? For each and every field in the header format, you need to explain. Okay, if they ask TCP header format means, likewise, same way, if you are asked UDP also, you need to, what are the fields, source address, destination address, total length, what are the header fields used in the UDP header format, that all should be explained in the UDP format. Okay, this is I already told, no, what is the control field? URG means urgent. The value, URG means the value of urgent point field is valid. Okay, ACK means the value of acknowledgement field is valid. It is based upon the acknowledgement only, the particular field is valid or not. Okay, PUS means push, request for pushing the data from sender to receiver. Same way, RST means reset the connection. If any connection problem between sender and receiver means there will be a sending a request as a RST. Based upon the resetting the connection between the sender and receiver only, based upon that only the connection after resetting, there can be able to communicate between the sender and receiver. And then SON, synchronization. Synchronization means sequence, based upon the synchronizing all the sequence number. And then FIN is able to connect the transmission, and then termination of connection. After the completion of all the process means we can able to send the FIN command. With the help of FIN command, the connection will be terminated. So based upon the each and every field, their control field, these are all 6 control field is used for each and every field will be used as a different purposes. Okay, these are the controlled fields used in the TCP header format. Okay, and then here, you have any doubt till this? Till this, have any doubt? Okay. Next, how the connection is established using three-way handshaking. Here, the client is sending client to server. Here, how the based upon the sequence number. Sequence number means here sequence number is active open. From the client side, there will be sending a request to the server based upon the sequence cannot carry the data, but it consumes one sequence number. So we are sending the SYN segment. SYN synchronous segment to server means the sequence number which is going to connect the connection between the server and the client. Okay, if the connection request is requested from client to server based upon the sequence number 8000, and then synchronous flag plus acknowledgement, the server will transmit the sequence number, that is a sequence number 8000. For that sequence number there will be a acknowledgement ACK 8001, and then from the server side there will be a sending a sequence number of 15,000. So based upon there will be from the server side there will be a sending the another sequence number with the help of that sequence number synchronize plus acknowledgement based upon the what are the client request from the request received from the client, that client request plus acknowledgement can be transmitted from server to client. This is a second three-way handshake means what? First one, there will be a request transmitter request from client to server first process, and then from the server side the synchronous plus acknowledgement is a second process, and then third one for that acknowledgement from the client side there will be a connection establishment. This is a time duration between the from client side to server side. What is the time duration to connect the between the server and the client? So yeah, synchronous plus acknowledgement cannot be carry data, but it consumes only sequence number. After this is only for this all process only for connection establishment only. This all process can be done for only for connection establishment. First one, client request to server, and then from server to another response to the client side, and then from the finally client to server. This is the only for acknowledgement for connection establishment. This is the three-way handshaking. Three-way handshaking means based upon three processes are carried in this process. First one, synchronous segment, first one, and then second one is a synchronous plus acknowledgement. Third one is a acknowledgement to carry based upon the sequence number. This is a three-way handshake. Okay, and then here data transfer. Here based upon the here what is a first based upon the data will be transmitted here sequence number 8001 and then acknowledgement 15,001. Previously we have seen no. For that there will be a transmission of data from sender to receiver. That is a sender is here is a client, receiver is a server. So bytes here bytes data bytes is a 8001 to 9000. So the data byte to be transmitted here is 8001 to 9000. Another data here transmitting is 9000. Here another sequence number is 9001, and then acknowledgement is same 15,001. From the client side another data bytes has transmitted from 9001 to 10,000. So there will be a transmission of each and every data transmission. There will be a transmitting of 1000 bits. From the 8001 to 9000 there will be a transmission, and then 9001 to 10,000 data transmission. Finally from the server side the acknowledgement for 15,001 to 17,000, there will be a combine of 2000s, 8000 to 9000, 1000 there will be, and then 9000 to 10,000 will be 1000. So the bytes data acknowledgement will be in the form of 15,001 to 17,000. So there will be a transmission with acknowledgement is from the server side as 15,001 to 17,000. And then from the client side, what is the process? And then 10,000 is a last byte transmitted, and then last byte received is a 17,000. So here acknowledgement is a 17,001. So here finally rewind process is a 10,001. So based upon this is the process used in the data transfer. Okay, and then finally it is a connection termination. How the connection is terminated? First one we have seen the connection establishment, and then data transfer, finally termination. First from the client side it will be the sending the request as a sequence of X, and then from the acknowledgement equal to Y. Based upon that there will be a closing connection request can be transmitted from client to server. Okay, from the server side, what will be the transmission? Same sequence Y. There will be a sequence X, and then here sequence Y. Acknowledgement equal to X plus 1. X plus 1 means for the sequence number X plus 1, we are sending the acknowledgement. So fin plus acknowledgement. Finally, the client will close the connection between the client to server. Finally, for our next option is sequence X, acknowledgement Y plus 1, and then the connection is terminated between the client and the server. They will discuss these three slides next class also. Okay, if you have any doubt means tell me. This three-way handshake we can able to discuss in next class also. Okay, I will repeat it and again. First one, data connection using three-way handshake, and then data transfer, and then connection termination. Okay, if you have any doubt we can wind up the session. If you have any doubt means tell me. I will stop sharing the screen. If you have any doubt means tell me, or we can wind up the session. Okay, pa. Okay. Thank you to all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.